what I learned in 2 years of swim lane was an API is not an API. When people tell me they know their process, and I say, great, let's automate it. Can you whiteboard? How do you do phishing? And people just stopped. I was like, okay, it's time to ask better questions, learn more.
So if we have algorithms, I'll just share that part exactly. When we have algorithms being generated, which we even don't know, how do we know those are accurate? So after every algorithm that's generated, we actually run it through a cycle to validate whether it's giving the correct, what we're expecting. So the encryption and decryption. So the decryption algorithm should match up with and they're separate, by the way. It doesn't have the same process. So that's where we validate everything, not once, but 100,000 times to make sure there's no error. One error, it's out.
Google said go to 90. Apple said go to 47. And why shouldn't you go to 10? You guys are, quite honestly, already there for a lot of different reasons. And that's pretty cool, but only for a small subset of what you're doing. What's the coolest thing about it is, it actually does work. You can do this and kind of back away a little bit. And part of that is your relationship with Ultra DNS, because us and Ultra DNS came together and said, we'll wire it for you. There's no reason you can't wire it with different vendors, but we'll do this for you. You skip the integration. We're just going to hand you a tool that doesn't. They put it in operations, and it's worked extremely well.
So now we've got to be able to protect those biometrics, protect your fingerprint, protect your face, your retina, and everything else like that, because the attack surface has just changed as well. And so it's you've got to be able to protect those. So, what are our options around that? Can we encrypt that data and still be able to? Can you encrypt a fingerprint and still have your fingerprint be read?
I want to see quarterly checks in terms of you came back, you had one access, you come back in the next quarter, you have 10 accesses. How the heck did you get those other 9? And why did you get it? And by the way, when you got it, show me the access request management stuff who signed off on it. You did, and you continue to sign off on this, but you didn't involve us, and you didn't sign off on this level of risk. Stop it right away. Right?
This is what teachers have gone through over the years. They learn their student, they learn their personalities, their styles, written and verbal.
It's your fingerprint.
You're right. And there's a fingerprint in AI. If you get a response, there's a style, there's a syntax. It's coded. Yeah. So anybody that tries to use it, you can pick it out pretty quick. Yeah. You'll know if it's genuine. So nobody's going to promote that fast.
If they use open source code or put the data, which is actually an IP-related data, into the models or AI-related stuff, now there is no IP left to the company. We just gave our IP away. But they don't think about that. They're like, okay, I'm building this feature. How fast and best way to get there? It's not about protecting my IP or what are we in the business for? So if they come to know we are in this business, if this is lost, then we are lost as a company, right? So that negative and that big picture, if we don't put into our developers, they will continue to go that way.
If someone came to you and said, I think your AI is telling you the wrong information, how would you then defend against that from a materiality standpoint?
I think for most companies right now, that would be nearly impossible because whatever technology may be out there to help them has not been deployed.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. I mean, the tokens is the charge, right? What do you get? It's like, I don't totally remember. It's like 750 typed words, it's like 1,000 tokens. You can start to do the math, and if you've got people who are using it and you're actually getting useful output of it, then it's worth it. But you've got a whole lot of people using it.
Make sure you get to these events. They're awesome. Just ask Robin.